It's not lazy, it's just half-assed. Half-assed reviews.
Starfox Guard is a throwaway bonus game for the Wii U that comes with Star Fox Zero and should probably have been covered in our video on that, which you can see here. Since it's technically a free game, I'm not going to be a dick and hold my standards too high for this one, but I had no idea what to expect since I avoided reading up on it to experience it for myself and not to be influenced by others' opinions. Basically, what we have here is a Star Fox-themed tower defense game that was originally supposed to be its own thing, but during an interview at Space World 2015, Shigeru Miyamoto was quoted as saying, "Now don't quote me on this, but fuck it, we're turning it into a Star Fox game," and the rest was history. I guess since it's been so long since we had a new Star Fox game, Nintendo wanted to make it up to the fans by surprising us with a bonus game. And who knows, maybe they'll give Metroid the same treatment by surprising us with a full-fledged title to coincide with the release of Metroid Gut Punch. You do have to hand it to Nintendo, though, for not releasing a special edition of Star Fox Guard for $80 that includes Star Fox Zero as a quote-unquote bonus game like the Call of Duty franchise is trying to pull. On second thought, though, you really shouldn't give Nintendo extra credit for not doing something shitty that Infinity Ward should have just known not to do in the first place. It'd be like giving somebody a gold medal for not molesting their father. But back to the task at hand. Star Fox Guard's pretty fun. Similar to Night Trap for the Sega CD, you have multiple cameras that you switch back and forth between by using the gamepad in a surprisingly non-contrived fashion. Unlike Night Trap, however, the cameras you control here are used to shoot enemies, and the goal is to pay attention to all the cameras at the same time and destroying anything that moves. Enemies vary in size, strength, speed, and whether or not they're grounded, flying, or riding a pogo stick. It's an easy game to pick up and play, which is definitely the best thing it has going for it. I'd like to think that if this game came out in arcades back in the 80s and maybe even 90s, it'd probably have been a huge deal and had people talking about it, but today it's destined to just kind of fade into obscurity. That's not to say that I like this game that much though, since after the third boss I decided I was done with it and even slightly felt like I wasted my time since I would've had more fun playing Fire Emblem Fates. The game's not at all bad though, as I can't really find too many flaws to point out with it being what it is. Sometimes it's a little bit awkward switching between cameras on the gamepad since they're not numbered in order, but you remember where they are on each map pretty quickly. Also, the online mode is bare-ass basic, but then again, I didn't really expect it to have one in the first place. But it's so uneventful and feels no different from the main game that it might as well have not. Still doesn't hurt to have it though, I guess. My biggest complaint is definitely that the upgrades aren't at all interesting. With a game like Plants vs. Zombies, the gameplay is prevented from becoming repetitive by introducing new enemies in greater quantities, but also giving you new weapons and upgrades to keep things interesting. Whereas in this game, you find new upgrades few and far between. And with the ones I've gotten so far, I find myself only using the camera that slows time down and preferred the standard gun over the other upgrades, giving me no real incentive to continue playing. Still though, for being a physical copy of a bonus freebie, I'll give Star Fox Guard an 8 out of 11. Although if it were released individually at retail like Treasure Tracker was, or even as a downloadable game, I would have given it a lower score. I do like it, but not enough to prefer it over all the other games we have access to from the past and present in 2016. But I will say, if I was trapped in an avalanche inside of a cabin and this was the only game I could play until I froze, starved, or suffocated to death, then I wouldn't be too upset. And, I don't really know how to end these videos. This is Rich at Review Tech USA, signing out. Have a good one.